shit.
Fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back. Oh, let's fucking go! Welcome back for some more of the Pacific. Quick recap. Last episode, we saw the rain in general take its toll on all the Marines. Lecky had some type of urinary disease, and we saw the fragile mental state that the Marines were in at the mental hospital that Lecky was sent to. So let's get into this. Before we begin, I do want to remind you that you can vote on what I watch, see full-length reactions, and get early YouTube edits on my Patreon through the link in the description. If not, just make sure you subscribe or leave a thumbs up on this video if you do enjoy it. It really helps my channel reach a wider audience, and I greatly appreciate it. But now, it's time for the show. Let's go.
It was the nastiest, dirtiest looking place under the sun.
Things just grew in profusion, especially the rat population.
Jeez, man, you have to deal with rats every episode. Some new bullshit gets added.
Combat on Peleliu lasts more than 2 months
What the
and would
fuck?
become as deadly as any island invasion of World War II.
It was a nightmare.
This is the most intense build up to any episode so far of this series. That felt like a Band of Brothers intro. Rami Malek? Wow. When's this dude gonna show up and fight? That's some crazy shit, because we know he does. He's right here in the intro, and we know his background.
Excuse me, I don't believe this. John Basslow, I'm gonna be in the Marine Corps.
Listen to your NCOs.
What's an NCO?
What's an NCO? That was my first question I had watching Band of Brothers. What's an NCO?
Back the attack a couple hundred times. Get my picture took. There's not much to it.
You have no idea what's coming at you. Better keep your head down.
I'm kind of worried. What would he have to worry about? Isn't it just as simple as what he said?
How scary was it? Guadalcanal. I hope I can be as...
George, don't feel like you need to prove nothing. You know what I mean?
Nah, I don't.
You know what I mean?
Shit, and this is coming from John Basilone, the guy who's like the superstar of the military right now. And he said it with conviction, and he made sure he heard him.
Find yourself a bunk.
Taken. Taken.
Come on.
Don't get fucked up with your fucked up foot, man. I know they're just fucking with each other. The dude got dibs. He's been there for a minute. He don't give a fuck. Hey, Lecky's back.
Oh, was it Gloucester?
Was it Gloucester?
Was he on Gloucester? He may have been
You
on
look
Gloucester.
familiar.
Fuck you all.
Hits you right fucking this side. Hits you right fucking here.
Get up off my deck.
Old friend, sir. From Mobile, Alabama, sir.
As you were. Carry on.
Carry on.
You've been on the line taking fire? Hot trial's a miracle. Oh, for heaven's sake.
What is that, baby food?
Baby food.
Clean out oil barrels pretty soon. You're gonna be humping up some fucking hill or across a beach.
No smoking.
Jesus, Sid. You start pulling them out of your hooch in the morning. You won't feel so tender-hearted.
They bite you in your ass, or they pinch you in the ass when you're sleeping? Jeez.
Lost mine in the polk. Somebody took it. Maybe one of the swabbies wanted a souvenir.
Well, the guys think they're good luck. You can have this one.
It is crazy. Good luck to be out there with one of your friends from back home, though. Makes it a million times easier. Just don't lose them.
Of course not.
Dear Christ in heaven, would you look at her?
Man, the shit could happen while a movie's playing. Even with all the precautions that his father, the doctor, was telling him about. And, you know, he's been there for a while already. He's still with it. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. I know the circumstances are shitty, but seeing that blue water and the aircraft carrier sitting right there and just docked up, that feels like a historical shot right there.
About the other war?
There's another war?
We invaded Europe.
Unless you got a brother over there, most guys don't give a shit.
My brother landed in Italy. Tank battalion.
So it's like you guys are saying, this is a whole separate war. Even though they kind of ran around the same time, separate wars. World War II, the Pacific War. And now I'm starting to get it.
The whole game is fixed by the Gramps on his throne while we're down here for what? His entertainment? That makes us chumps or God's a sadist, and either way, I got no use for him.
There's no God in war. There's no religion. You can try to hold on, and it really may get you through. But everything that happens is to the contrary. It doesn't matter what you say. What happens kind of proves there is no God. And if there is a God, one that would let this happen, as he says, most people don't have any use for. War turns everything on its head. Damn it, man. And I was just about to comment on how cool this looks, but my mind jumped back to the intro. He said they're going into a nightmare. There's nothing to be excited about. Man, this shot, it makes you feel like you're being pulled out there with them. Damn, look at that assault. Everyone's fucking pushing.
Go,
Oh, man. Just watching it, I can't be used to this shit. I don't even know what the fuck they're supposed to be doing. How could anyone focus on a task with all this happening? Oh my god! The beach is littered with bodies. I love it. I love it. Got his bearings and fucking remembered what the fuck he was supposed to do and pushed on.
Let's goddammit, you gotta get your ass out of that hole right now!
Come on, man. Oh my god.
No, we ain't got any fucking water. Everybody, take another salt pill. Gunny, bring him up here.
Salt pill, what is that for? Come on, guys, let me know in the comments. What's the salt pill for?
Gorman! Gorman!
Do they have medics out here? Oh my god.
Orders! Give me some HE on those sons of bitches! 253 rounds, HE!
The mortar team do some of their work. Let's see them in action. Mortars are fucking vicious.
Shit.
Fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back. Oh, let's fucking go! Holy shit, I thought that was about to kill them. Mortars are cool, but a tank is a tank.
You going Asiatic?
Feet are soaking wet. What you gonna do in your stocking feet when the fucking Japs bust through the line?
He's telling them basically you gotta be prepared, man, at all times. You know, he's giving them shit, but he seems like he's on edge, vomiting, smoking cigarettes. He's just as scared as they are. Oh, whoa, whoa. Yeah, man's severed hand with a wedding ring on it. Just in case YouTube can't see what the fuck I was reacting to, because, you know, I gotta blur everything out now.
Shit, I forgot about that guy. We're rich, boys.
What are they doing?
Japs got a shitload of gold in this tea.
Take the first watch. Wake me up in 4 hours. Anything moves, kill it.
Just butchering some dude's mouth, you know, just carving him up like he's a chicken. Well, I know I said he was scared, but he's doing a really fucking job with coping. I'm gonna say that. Or maybe he's not. I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't fucking know.
My dad was right. Pictures don't show it. You have to be there, looking down into it.
Shut the fuck up, you idiot.
He was saying something, and then he tried to negate the whole thing by telling him to shut the fuck up. War makes people that much more profound. That's it? There's no fucking way. These episodes are way too fucking fast. Why are these episodes so short? Please tell me. And that by far my favorite one so far. But please, guys, please don't tell me they're all this short. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Pacific episode 5. First, we got just the terrain and the weather and the heat. And then we got rain. And then we got rats, wall of rats, and crabs that pinch your ass. What else is next? What other animal or element could just be thrown into this shit? Each episode, something crazier is added, on top of having to fight the Japanese. Just by the monologue alone at the beginning, you knew this was going to be the most intense episode that the show has had so far. It's starting to take on the tone of a movie. That's what Band of Brothers started doing halfway through. It's done establishing backstories and connections and all that. Now it's getting more into the coordination of the attacks. Some of the more popular and brutal, not popular, but more famous and brutal engagements. We're going to start getting into this. I'm assuming this series ends when the Pacific War ends. This episode kind of seemed like a hazing. We saw when Lecky was new, but these guys, you know, people are looking at them like they're teenagers. Are they teenagers? I think a couple of them might be. They're treated like grunts, you know, treated like shit. And, you know, I got these 2 bunks. Go find somewhere else to sleep. You know, regular shit like that. Didn't really see that in Band of Brothers. But one thing that this did have that Band of Brothers did is the focus on red. And in this show, I kind of prefer it more because it's more subtle. In Band of Brothers, they kind of turned everything down to monochrome. The red just stood out. In this one, everything's just dirt. Everything's just the same color except the red. And that's why it stands out. In my opinion, it looks better because it looks more realistic. And granted, Band of Brothers back then, in some of the places they were, shit, it probably did look like that. Even though they were using cold lighting, it probably wasn't too far off with how fucking cold it actually looked out there. I do enjoy how they turn up the red though in each scene. Yes, it's because people are bleeding and stuff, but there's clearly all the other colors are washed out and washed over, and they are making the red pop in this series, just like Band of Brothers. And yet another reoccurrence of servicemen not believing in God or losing their faith in God while they're there. And now we have a character who's pretty much a church-going guy. So I'm sure there were a lot of church-going guys, but we never really get to see how, if his faith gets him through the shit or if it's broken. It is nice to see this point of view because I haven't yet, even in movies. And this episode specifically offered more distinction that this and World War II, what happened to Band of Brothers, were definitely separate. It was the Pacific and World War II. Like the guy said, unless someone that they know is fighting over there, they really could care less. And I think the kid even called it, they started a whole nother war over there. I didn't know the Pacific came first. So, and it didn't end. They ended around the same time. I don't know. I have to look up dates, and I'm sure you guys are going to correct me. Just don't spoil anything. Seeing Bass alone again is great, even if it's not in the combat capacity. Again, in Band of Brothers, we didn't get someone like this who went back home and see what they were up to. When Virginia said, you know, he doesn't know what he's in for. Now I'm kind of worried, like, is it politics? Is it bullshit? What's going on? Hopefully he comes back. Well, maybe not hopefully. He kind of did more than he had to. But we could use good fighters. That's all I'm saying. And once again, tanks are changing the whole landscape and scope and who's winning in a fight in a split second. Yet again, in this episode, it was the Japanese. You know, their tanks, they were pushing. Yeah, we mortared off and shot the people off of it, but it was still advancing to the point where we had to pick up our mortar and run, and we're hiding, and the thing was adjusting its aim and it was about to catch us. I thought it did. Then what happens? Our tank comes out and completely shifts the tide over to our side in the split second. As fast as they took control, we took control, and we saw that in Band of Brothers. Tanks are very, very vital, important. I know just from watching these how important they were to both wars. And before I end, I just want to say Hans Zimmer is fucking killing it with the score. I saw his name in the intro. I might have seen it in like the first episode and just forgot. That's something on this that's just as good as Band of Brothers. The score, 100%. And this is my favorite episode. On Band of Brothers, I kept saying each episode that would happen was my favorite episode. But this one, I haven't really had a favorite one yet. They're all kind of good. This one by far stand out. The Pacific for sure. And I hope they get better or are at least as good as this one from here on out. Because if so, I'll put this up there with Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers right now has the edge, but this episode for the Pacific definitely stands out among all the rest. If anything stood out to you in this episode or there was anything I might have missed, please tell me about it in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed watching my reaction. All I ask is that you leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can also vote on what I watch, see full-length reactions, and get early YouTube edits on my Patreon through the link in the description. You guys are the best. We're a family, you know that. That's it for me. Until next time, spread peace and love. I'm out.